What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM Production Empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM Production Empire, backed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the Empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Hi, welcome to Svorgenberg's Safari Adventure. I'm Svorgenberg. I'll be your adventure guide today.
I'm Frank, and this is Timmy. Timmy, say hi to the nice man.
Hi, nice man.
Hi, Timmy. Is this your guys' first safari?
Yeah, this is our first safari.
Well, we're sure glad that we could have you here today.
Timmy, don't stare.
I'm not staring. I'm listening.
This happened because he smoked a lot.
No, it's a common misconception. I actually got attacked by a lion.
Oh.
Yeah, the safari can be kind of dangerous at times.
Did it claw at your throat?
No, it missed my throat completely. It actually grabbed me right on the hand.
And so it affected your throat?
Yeah, I must have had some kind of infection when the tooth pierced my skin. Got one of those lion diseases from the safari plains.
What's that over there?
Oh, that over there. Oh, okay. We're coming up on our first stop. We're coming up on the left here. We should be able to see a herd of fake guns roaming about the plains.
Ooh, look at that.
I could see the penis on one of them.
That's right.
Yeah, they're in heat this time of year.
Okay.
All right, and then coming up over here in the water, you could see a couple of piss bears getting a nice cool drink of water.
Ooh, that's called the watering hole.
Dad, I'm thirsty. Can I get a water?
No, we've got some bottled water.
Yeah, you don't want that water, Timmy.
And don't accidentally drink his bottled water either.
Yeah, it's my chew cup. And finally, we're coming up on possibly the greatest thing that we have to offer on our tour. You can't get too close on the dry seasons because they come out and get you, but you can actually see right over here, this is where the stolen stews like to mate.
Ooh. Quick, take a picture.
What's that one guy going to the other guy, Daddy?
That's just nature.
There's nothing natural about that, sir.
Okay, maybe we should go back.
Alright, well, I guess we could go back. This concludes the greatest safari adventure tour hosted by Svorgenberg. It's Svorgenberg's Safari Adventures here in the Savannah. Please be sure to leave a rating on your Groupon if that's where you purchased it. And please do not mention anything about the bed bugs.
Good. Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Alright, we probably shouldn't have said goodbye because it's a really long drive back.
Yeah.
So what do you folks do?
I'm an engineer.
Oh, what about you, Timmy?
Are you lighting a cigarette?
It's what gets me through the day.
Daddy, it's coming out of his neck hole.
Yeah, I know. I know. What's going on? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. We read the stupid, so you don't have to. Good old Svorgenborg.
Oh, I love that guy.
It's good to know he's got work.
Oh, yeah.
I would have thought after the accident he'd be out on the streets.
Yeah.
But where he is, there are no streets.
Nope.
So
just lots and lots of cigarettes.
Oh, so nature's candy?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. It doesn't matter.
We got some good stupid this week.
Good stupid won't be as long as last week.
I mean, you say that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, let's just go ahead and keep track. Okay. So now I know how long until we go. I don't want to do 2 episodes this week.
Right?
So it'll just be like one kind of long one. I don't know. We may talk super quick and go through these and it'll be a 20-minute episode. We'll find out. Find out next on Stupid's Talking Stupid. And we're back. One day there'll be a commercial there.
That'd be awesome.
No, there won't.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about it naturally. Like you wouldn't even realize that we're talking about a crisp, refreshing Red Bull.
That's right. Ooh, Red Bull. That tastes good right now.
Not at midnight.
No. Don't do it, guys.
Not when I got a long fucking day tomorrow. Tomorrow will be great. Around 10 a.m. it'll be great. But anyway.
What do you got?
So, yeah, have you heard about this crazy thing called shootings on campuses?
Oh, good Lord.
I know, right?
Should we go into that?
Listen, I had nothing to segue into it. So I just dove headfirst into an empty pool. It was a rough landing.
It was.
So you'd think that's an unfortunate situation that you wouldn't want anyone to panic into thinking is happening, right? It's a bad enough situation. You'd prefer if you would never have to deal with it.
Right.
And you certainly don't want anyone to cause false panic by, I don't know, making them believe it's happening.
Right.
For being such a smart person, someone at St. Louis University, and you're thinking like, wait, you said St. Louis University and smart person.
There you go.
What? So there's an engineering student in a aerospace and mechanical class called Engineering Manufacturing Procedures.
Who knew St. Louis was a big aerospace?
I mean, they can teach it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're going to be like, hey, I got my degree from St. Louis University in aerospace. Right. People are going to be like, ooh, prestigious.
Fix my plane.
Did you become a king when you went to Burger King and got a crown? Because you sure seem like you're an engineer with that St. Louis University degree. I don't know. It could be a great school, and I'm just talking shit about it for no reason. I was going to say. It's probably, it's actually a top 5 school, you piece of shit.
Dumbass.
It's like, why don't you engineer some facts?
Right.
So in this class, they were asked to build a working device with interchangeable parts. And you're thinking, well, that could be anything.
Yeah.
Somehow the class decided on toy rubber band guns.
Okay.
And one student, now this is a toy gun with interchangeable parts, and it's a working device. One student made a gun that looked kind of real.
Ugh. Dummy.
Yeah. I mean, they were told when they made it that students were warned not to display the gun outside of class. So obviously, the responsible student decided to openly carry it in his dorm, and it looked, quote, very realistic.
Right.
So this kid has a fake gun. No one knows it's a fake gun. The first incident, the first call in about it was that someone in a black hoodie walked into this dorm room with a gun. So that was the call to the police.
Yeah.
And so at 5 o'clock, there was a campus-wide emergency notice saying, "Get inside." Like it was a take shelter warning. Like everyone get the fuck inside. And then shortly after that, there was another report called in from a few blocks away saying there were shots fired. So now we have 2 reports.
Turns out it was just the fireworks class.
By the daycare center.
Doing their final.
Yeah. Now, by 7:15 they got it figured out, but for almost 2.5 hours, the campus is in panic because there were 2 reports. One report was of a man with a gun, another one was shots fired. I believe the shots fired one was a panic one of like someone heard something, of like, oh, there's someone with a gun. Oh, well, we should call it in, say it's super important, or maybe they heard a car hit something.
Right.
And since they could have heard their neighbor drop a fucking plate. And because they got the warning of there's someone on campus with a gun, they're like, oh, that must have been a gunshot. There's your shots here. So now you have a teacher with a class that's saying, you guys need to make functioning toy guns.
Right.
And then totally not leave the class with them. Okay? Promise?
Promises?
Do you pinky promise?
Right.
And then even after they made them, do not take this out of the class. Do not bring it around. All right, well, I'm going to take it back to my dorm room.
Yeah, like an idiot.
So we got a couple layers of stupid here.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we have the teacher
Who let this
who,
happen?
in this environment nowadays of terrible violence happening on campuses, saying, you know what we should do for a project?
Make a bunch of guns.
Okay. Hello, class. Welcome to Engineering in Today's America. I will be your teacher, Dr. Schwargenborg.
Hi, Dr. Schwargenborg.
Now, how many people have built, I don't know, anything electronic in their days?
Oh, yeah, I built so many electronic things.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your name, sir?
My name is Brad.
Brad? Thank you, Brad. Brad, what kind of devices have you made before enrolling in this class?
I've built alarm clocks.
Okay.
I've built walkie-talkies,
Ooh, those
radio
are fancy.
systems. I built my own computer.
That's great. That's wonderful.
So many things.
But we're talking about actually building things from scratch.
Ooh, okay.
So now, not just putting together a bunch of main components, like building
I can
computer.
do it. I can put anything together.
Oh, I'm sure you can, Brad. But here we're gonna cover a few topics. Just basic things like concealment.
Okay.
Avoiding your picture being taken on camera. And then a final is going to be kind of implementing some device you learn how to make in this class. Now for midterm, I need you to go ahead and, I realize it's far up, I need you to go ahead and pair up with probably the loneliest person that you can find.
Okay.
Someone that won't be missed by their friends or family.
I'll go get Hoodie Harold.
Oh, that's a good choice. He's looking extra mopey.
Yes.
Now, and then the finals is a bomb.
The
Yeah.
final's a
You
bomb.
get it. You get it. You get
did
it. I
Hoodie
couldn't.
Harold did it.
I couldn't do it anymore.
You just pictured him, didn't you?
I did.
And he's just so mopey.
Yeah, because I pictured him like a cartoon character, like, oh.
And underneath his hoodie is a T-shirt that says Joy Division. Yeah, no, that's real. That's like epic level stupid.
It is.
You should. It didn't say anything about the teacher losing their job.
No.
Because if he goes, they go, what were you thinking? He says, oh, it's for a class. Dipshit 104.
How to get expelled hella quick 101. There isn't a follow-up.
Nope.
There's only 101.
101.
It's one class for an hour.
Pass fail.
I'm just going to hand you a gun and say, do you want to take this outside?
Yes.
Okay, you passed this class.
But you're expelled.
Congratulations. It's what we call a moral victory.
Yeah. Yay.
After this whole ordeal, they told the students to bring the remaining rubber band guns in containers to an office to be destroyed, because they realized maybe we shouldn't hand out a bunch of toy guns to people, especially when they look real. And, people will panic.
I had a rubber band gun. I got it at a craft fair, but it did not look real.
No, it was just like an obvious. It's made from like basic wood.
Dowel rod and
Yeah. It was enough to work. It probably had like one of those, like a spoke wheel.
Yeah.
That held like probably 6 rubber bands at the most. Now they make them. I've seen like a full auto rubber band gun.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
Like the rifle one?
Like, yeah, you can load it up and just awesome. How long does it take to reload it?
Right.
4.5 hours. I don't know. But I wouldn't. I'd have the patience to set it up once. Like, that was cool.
This is going in the closet now.
Yep. people come over and be like, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" It's my rubber band gun. Oh, let's see it. I'm like, "Here's a bag of rubber bands. Set it up, and then I'll shoot it for you so you can see it." AKA how to lose friends.
Right. Hey, Hoodie Harold. You want to set up my rubber band gun?
Yeah.
He's so sad. You're
I'm so sad right now.
I always had my memory card, my camera. Take a picture.
I have to set up so many rubber band guns, and I never get to shoot them.
Oh, well, it's okay. I'll totally let you set this one up. I won't let you shoot it.
It's like a Charlie Brown with the football.
Right.
It's like, I'll let you set this up. Hey, hand it to me real quick. No, I feel like you're going to shoot it. Nah, I'm just going to make sure you have it, the safety off. Why don't you just tell me where the safety is?
No, I can't say it.
No, it's tricky. Safe. You're left-handed, so you can't reach it. Seems like...
It doesn't make any sense.
It seems like when you spend your hard-earned money on education to learn how to make guns on the school campus, it's such a waste. You could just flush it down the drain.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Segway.
How do you know it's a segue?
Because I think it has to do with piss beers.
Speaking of piss beers.
Oh, segue.
You walked right into that one.
Segway.
See that setup? Like you had no idea it was coming?
Segway.
And then, boom.
Segway.
Segue.
2 wheels. Yeah.
You ever been to Denmark?
No. Always wanted to go.
You ever been thirsty?
I heard that there was something rotten, though, in the state of Denmark. That's a Shakespearean quote for you. Hoodie Harold would have laughed at that.
No, you wouldn't. He's sadness incarnate.
I know, but he would identify with Hamlet. He was sad, too. Yeah, every time he laughs, he goes into crying. I hate Hoodie Harold.
So there's a brewery in Denmark that is pioneering.
Ugh.
Oh, it's like pioneering.
Ugh.
A process that the Denmark's Agriculture and Food Council has called beer cycling.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
It's happening.
No.
It's happening. Fucking got him.
Ugh.
Crack open a cold one and take down this story.
Ugh.
So this, I'm not gonna say it right. I am Midwest as fuck. I can't pronounce brewery in Copenhagen, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Norrbo Brokos.
Let me see.
No.
Let me see.
No.
Come on.
You can't read this.
Wait.
No, like you literally can't read it. It's written in my chicken scratch. Norrbo Brokos. There's an O with the line through it, and there's like the 7 vowels.
Super weird.
There's like a phlegm sign right there.
Talking funny talk.
Mm-hmm. Like finger puppet. But, you know. The with managing director Henrik Vang. It's like Wang, but with a V.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But you can't say Vang because...
Vang.
Hi, Henrik Vang. So this brewery at a music festival, which is the largest music festival in Northern Europe, the Roskilde. And I looked it up. I'm like, how big is this music festival?
Huge.
They got almost 200 acts
Wow.
playing this year. It's like being headlined by like the Foo Fighters and
Like most of like cows with accordions.
no, they actually have bands from all over the world, and I'm like, that kind of seems like a badass time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink their beer.
No.
But they have this truck with a urinal on it that it's just like sitting like if you're walking around a carnival or something and there's just a van with a little trough that you can pee in. It's not covered by anything. It's just, hey, you want to pee in this thing?
Yeah, they're European. They don't care.
Yeah,
European.
Mm-hmm. And why don't you take down your pants, pull it out, and then just start going, because then you're European. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be. Sorry.
So this
Sorry,
truck,
everybody.
this truck collected
It's the sound of a ton of people.
50,000 liters of urine.
Yeah, what they do with it?
They used it to make beer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Because it's good for the environment.
Reminds me of Bill Gates has a project. He's got a process.
Oh, because he saw Waterworld and thought the opening was fucking money.
Yeah, but he's got a purification system.
Yeah.
That will take sewage, either raw sewage or stuff from the bathroom, put it through the purification, and it comes out regular water.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved watching it because I watched it when he was on Jimmy Fallon. And he's like, here you go, Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, no, there's no way. Whatever. And he goes, well, that's okay. Because it's been in your cup this entire time. And you could see the look on his face like, motherfucking Bill Gates. But...
If I try anything, he'll just purchase me.
Right.
He's like one of 3 people that can legally purchase people.
Yeah. But he's got a system. It doesn't matter. I don't care how clear it works, how clear it looks. I don't want it.
Because you know. Yeah. If they didn't tell you beforehand,
someone.
If they said, hey, all the water you drank yesterday was straight recycled piss, you'd be upset and probably like make yourself sick to your stomach, like mentally, but you'd be fine.
Right.
Whereas if they say, hey, every water you drink today is going to be piss, you're like, well, I'm not drinking anything today. Because you don't want to see how the hot dog is made. So that's the thing. When they're using human urine to make some beer, you think, what fucking process are they doing here? Turns out it's not as wonky as you think it is, because they're using it in the fertilizing of the barley.
Okay.
So instead of using, they're like in the field, instead of using manure or a factory-made fertilizer, they're using urine to fertilize it because it's got a lot of phosphorus in it. So in the process of making the beer,
What's someone pissing on the barley that I'm about to drink?
see that, and that's the thing. You could say you want a bunch of cow shit on the stuff you're going to drink?
Or you get cow shit on the food that you eat.
Yeah.
Like that zucchini, but then I wash it.
Right.
But
yeah, with this, it's the barley grows from piss. I mean, and other things, but like piss is a main ingredient in there. And then that piss barley is used to make this beer, and it's a pilsner, which they decided to take the L out of it and just call it a pissner.
See, you don't need to hammer it home.
Oh, they do. They have it on the label saying this is recycled beer. They're going to have 60,000 bottles available this year, and it's only available in Denmark.
They're going to have 60,000 bottles left over.
You wouldn't try it?
No.
You wouldn't try it?
No.
You're all about the titty whiskey. Season 2 callback. But you're not about the piss beer.
The whiskey just rolled over titties. They didn't go through
well,
the digestive system of a person.
What if this brewery and the old makers of titty whiskey get together and they have a golden shower and then collect it and then use it to make it? Then it's titty pissy beer. I'll have a titty pee-pee, please.
Titty pee-pee. Oh, titty pee-pee.
Do you have it on draft?
I got an IPA, though. Terrible.
Get out.
No.
You get the fuck out.
Stop it.
No, you stop it.
Terrible.
You and everything you're about.
I would not drink it. No.
Well, Bird and Eldhall, a taster of it, said, it tastes really good. It's fresh and full at the same time. And it's a good beer.
He's all foreign.
I mean, his name is Burden.
Yeah. Bird and Eldhall.
It's like, why'd your parents name you Frank? It's named after my grandparents. What'd your parents name you? Burden. Oh, you were an accident.
They don't like you.
Yes, but the happy accident.
Dude,
I
no
drink
way.
piss beer.
No way.
Even though they don't specifically brew it with pee. They just grow it with pee.
It's weird.
It's, learning how to make the sausage. You're like, I'm out. I've seen it.
What if they gave you money? Or are you one that would try it? You are the biggest, germaphobe I know.
I know, but...
There's no way you'd be like, this was forged through the piss. The piss!
If...
Of some people. And
Listen.
you'd be like, I couldn't get over that. Fuck that now.
Like, if they're like, we rinsed the glass out with piss. Like, nope. And they're like, we brewed it with piss. Nope. We grew it with piss. I'm like, listen. Give me a bunch of other beers first. And then you could probably squeak it in and be like, hey, you remember the 19th beer you drank? That was the pee beer!
No. They'd have to have some money. How much money to drink a pee beer? A beer that's actual pee.
No.
How much money?
No.
God.
No.
100,000.
Is it pee that's like straight out?
Yeah.
Or is it like someone drank the pee and then they pissed it out again? Because I heard that's when it gets toxic.
I could give you toxic pee.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, don't be ridiculous.
Because Bear Grylls drinks his own pee.
Well, Bear Grylls is weird.
Right. But he also got a show on TV where he got to drink his pee on the air. So,
got to or had to?
I mean, if you're like, I want to do some fucked up shit on TV, I'm going to see what they're going to let me get away with.
How much money for a pee beer?
To drink this beer, the Pissner?
Yes.
I don't know, $500.
Really?
I mean,
I
want the money.
Okay, now somebody filled up a bottle with pee.
$1 million?
You go all the way up to $1 million, huh?
If they're going to pay $1 million for me to drink a
They
bottle,
talk you down to 500,000. Do you do it?
not the whole beer.
You want the whole beer? You pay a whole $1 million.
Yeah,
One beer, $1 million. You do it.
Yep, that's my going rate.
I'll drink a quarter of it. Give me $250,000.
If I take a sip of it, you better at least buy me lunch.
And a breath mint.
Yeah.
I did 5 Altoids. Super Altoids.
And I need some poop guacamole after this.
Oh.
Poopamole!
How much money poop guacamole?
How big are the chips? Well, the chips are sunburn.
Oh, God. Oh, no, it's like eating lunch. They're like, well, I'm done. And then they said, piss beer, you should have been out.
yeah. We don't review the normal shit. Like,
No.
hey, did you see the new headphones? Yeah, they're pretty good.
No, this is fucking piss beer and sunburn chips.
Speaking of
Things.
food.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah. Have you ever had has anyone ever made like a dish that you were like, I'm going to break it and steal that? I'm going to break in your house and steal your food. Like, oh my God, you made your famous tuna casserole. I'm going to fucking kick down the door and steal it from you.
It's like the best thing you've ever had, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
What's yours? I'm trying to think of mine.
I mean, I don't think there's a dish that I would like break into someone's house to go eat. I mean, there are things that I'm like, you could have called me, but
Right.
That's more of one that's like, an old family recipe that like my stepmom was making, and then my dad's like, oh yeah, we had this last night. I'm like, well, motherfucker,
Yeah.
you know I eat dinner 7 days a week.
I mean, if someone told me there was like a stray ham at someone's house, I might break in and go through the window.
Like, yeah, this is a fully cooked ham just sitting there.
I'm like Marmaduke kind of.
There's a pie on the windowsill. Like, ooh. Go ahead and put this ham on the windowsill to cool.
You're like, rah, rah, rah. But no, I don't know. I don't think I have that.
Well, thankfully, a New Mexico man has been. He's finally gotten the charges dismissed. That's why we're talking about this story now. This happened back in 2015. He got arrested for it. Jonathan Carlos Ray.
It sounds like somebody who killed the president.
he pretty much did that. So he was charged in 2015 for theft of pozole. His mother made pozole, which is it's a traditional soup.
Take it back. I just want to take it back.
No.
Anthony's mom makes some of the best Italian sauce, but what she also does is makes this great Italian bread, like legit, like loaves of bread, with like 1.5 pounds of butter in it, which is a lot of butter.
Oh yeah,
for bread. But it is the best bread in the history of ever. So if I found out that she had, I'd probably break in for the bread. But anyway, go ahead. Pozole. Which is great. Have you ever had pozole?
It's a traditional soup or stew made with pork or chicken. And it's popular in Mexico and the American Southwest.
It's really good when it's done right.
I haven't had it, but I know that it is quite delicious.
Yeah, I have had it.
Because I've never heard a bad thing about pozole, except for the fact that Jonathan Carlos Ray broke into his mother's house and stole it from her.
Oh my God.
So he this whole thing, they say that he got arrested because he had texted, like his mom ordered him to stay away, right? And he texted her saying, "I want some of your pozole," and she's like, "No, no pozole here."
No pozole.
So he
Superman.
So later on, she notices that her garage, like her gate and her garage, have been broken into.
Oh no!
Yeah, and the pot of pozole is missing.
What?
The
pozole pot.
He broke in and stole the whole pot of pozole. He's like, "Hey mom, just seeing if you are having pozole later. If you are, can I snag a bowl?"
No, you can't.
No, mom. What I'm saying is,
Don't you come here?
How did you interrupt me with my texting so quickly?
Because I know how you are when it comes to pozole.
You're like 90 and don't understand Facebook. I don't understand how you're doing this.
I'm also playing Farmville.
Who plays Farmville still?
90-year-old women who make pozole that you cannot have.
So what you're saying is you're going to be super busy for the next 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay, that's very convenient for no reason.
So he broke into his mom's house. Did he break in, or did he have a key, or was the garage door open?
Well, the article just says that the complaint says the mother later found her gate and garage broken and a pot of the pozole missing.
Well, then he broke in.
Yeah, so they were just broken, not broken into. Like they were just broken. So I don't know if he just like kicked the door to break it and then closed it. Your door's broken.
Sorry.
What'd you do?
So much pozole.
It's like he kicks it and
kicks
it and shatters it, and then kind of like gently places it back together and closes it. So she goes to open it, falls apart. What'd you do?
Still to this day, one of my favorite things. We're at a bar, and Pat like bumps over a glass, and the glass falls and just shatters. As this guy goes and looks at him, and Pat goes, "What'd you do?" The guy goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "Was that full? I'll go get you another one." "What was that?" And Pat's like, "Vodka tonic." Because it was originally.
It was 16 ounces of Patron.
He's like, "I'll be right back with vodka tonic." I'm like, "You're a bad person." A bad person with a vodka tonic.
What do you do in a place where you get free drinks all the time? Try to get a free drink.
But yeah. So he broke in, stole the soup, which I can get. I get.
Yeah, man. It's
soup is one of those things, like really good soup, like Dapper's cream of chicken rice soup.
Soup is not a meal.
It's not, but it's a great addition to a meal.
I just want to state for the record.
Tell anyone.
Soup is not a meal.
Stop trying to make it a meal.
Stop trying to make it a meal. It's like, I think I'm just gonna have soup.
It's not a meal.
It's like, fuck you. That's not food.
Elizabeth at the
That's a little bit of food in a bunch of water.
NIO, they have this like small bowl of tomato soup and with a small grilled cheese on the side.
Okay, so you have small food on the side.
Yeah.
Of
and
your.
She was just like, "This soup is bullshit," and I was like, "Well, what'd you think?" "I don't know. This is bullshit." She's like, I'm going to go get pizza.
You know the only reason tomato soup exists is so you have something to dump your grilled cheese sandwich into?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because people are like, I think I want a bowl of tomato soup. I'm like, okay.
I can do it. Like, if I don't do grilled cheese with it, like, I'll do a whole lot of crackers.
No.
Like a whole lot of crackers.
It's got to be a grilled cheese.
I just
Nothing else.
Sometimes, I don't know.
You're wrong.
You totally drink a piss beers. What do you know? By the way, your water bottle has been changed.
No!
Here's $5.
Canada Dry.
Go get yourself a grilled cheese. A bowl of pozole. But no, the cream and chicken soup with rice at Dapper's is pretty stellar. And if there was a pot, like they're like, go break it. I'd be like, yeah, I'll go get it.
I remember years ago there was a Krispy Kreme that got broken into, and some dude got caught stealing a whole fuck ton of icing.
It's like Krispy Kreme.
I got the icing. Let's go.
Just as I moved back from New York, Krispy Kreme started to open around here, and I lived like half a block away.
You.
I lived half
you.
from a Krispy Kreme. Everything you own smells like donuts all the time.
Oh, so it's like everything's your birthday?
Nah, it just gets to be a lot. Everyone's, leave the headlights on. Yeah, so the fuck what? And then when it came here, everybody, like, people are like in line, and I'm just like, oh god.
They're just fucking donuts. Who cares?
I live down the street from one.
Doesn't mean it's any less delicious.
No, I'm not a big Krispy Kreme fan.
Yeah,
I prefer to go to John's Donuts, aka Terrace Donut.
I am convinced they stole all those supplies from a Dunkin' Donuts, and then they just go to a Dunkin' Donuts and get a bunch to go and sell them there. Like it's the same family that owns both businesses.
John's Donuts and Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
No.
Like
no, those donuts over there are much bigger. They're much bigger. They're like legit donuts. Because I don't know if you've had Dunkin' Donuts in a while. Because my sister keeps going. I'm like, go to John's Donuts. It's better. But she'll go to the Dunkin' Donuts, and those donuts are way smaller. So my thing is this: rather than calling him and being like, "Hey, three-name son," what was his name again?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Hey, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, you stole my soup. You bring it back. He's like,
No pozole here.
And so she
How's it feel, Ma?
calls the cops
Yeah.
on her son. What was she gonna do with a whole big pot of soda anyway?
I don't know. Probably feed the rest of the family.
I don't give a damn.
Neither does Anthony Michael Hall.
Listen, John Wayne Gacy wanted his soup.
I was trying to go with child actors, and you're like, no.
I went with a child molester. It's kind of the same thing.
They're both acting like they're happy.
They both act like they're happy.
But
and
deep
they both
down they're
have something
hurting.
to do with children. Anyway.
So yeah, the judge finally dismissed the case because it was just a case of he said, she said. And
then threw John Wilkes Booth in jail.
Speaking of Lee Harvey Oswald.
Ugh. I just don't understand why she'd be like, I'm calling the cops. Like, over soup.
Listen, if you knew that I was making soup, let's change this up. You have a smoker in your backyard. If I know you're making, like, ribs, and I'm like, oh, they're going to be done at 2 o'clock. He's going to come outside at 2 o'clock. At 1:55, I'm going to go and grab them sons of bitches. And go.
You shortchanged yourself 5 minutes of smoking. But anyway.
I'll just hit my friend Strogenborg.
Right.
Because he's got smoking capabilities.
Would I call the cops on you for stealing my ribs?
If you didn't know it was me, would you call the cops and say someone's broke in and stole my ribs?
I don't think so.
What if it was Sunday when in your barbecue someone stole all your ribs? Like someone broke in and stole 4 racks of ribs.
That's a reason to bother the police. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm going to get them back.
Okay, so here's Patrick's address, since he doesn't care about petty theft.
I'm just
How
saying,
much has to get stolen from you for you have to call the
things
cops?
like a car or someone's robbed the house.
What if someone stole the smoker?
All right, well, that's just out of line.
But they left the ribs.
If they left the ribs, I'd be like, that's just stupid. Take the ribs, leave the smoker. At least I can smoke another day.
I am gonna call the cops on you. Tomorrow, though.
These are hot now.
Speaking of hot now.
We were with Lee Harvey Oswald a second ago, and now you're going with hot now.
Lee Harvey Oswald. It's so hot right now.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember all the way back to last week. Do you remember the clear knee mom jeans?
Yeah.
You remember the dirty jeans?
Yeah.
We have a successor.
What?
Or rather, an accessory. We have
Successor.
Neiman Marcus getting their names on the board for a pair of sneakers that's selling at an outrageous price. But first, we're going to tell you roughly what it is. It is a kind of basic sneaker that looks like it has been put through a wood chipper.
Okay.
I am not exaggerating. It's literally a destroyed shoe.
Okay.
Think of how, like, the first time you saw jeans with a bunch of holes in them, like, oh, those are destroyed. Right. No, it's designer. Yeah. This is a shoe that has been completely destroyed, and they're saying, nope, it's a designer shoe. We're going to see if you can guess the name. We're going to play Guess the Name of That Fashion Accessory. All right, so I have 4 names. One of them is correct. 3 of them are wrong. It's up to you to decide which one is the correct name for this shoe. You've seen a picture of it. I'm not going to tell you the price or anything else about it. But here we go. We have choice number 1, the Super Amp Retro Classic Demo. Number 2, the Future Destroyed High Top Sneaker. Number 3, the Open Toe Post-Apoc Loafer. Or number 4, the Anti-Form Dynamax Ones.
I'm going to go between 1 and 4. I'm going to say 1.
The Super Amp Retro Classic Demo?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Do you want to guess number 4?
What was it 4?
No, it wasn't.
Was it 2?
It was 2. The Future Destroyed High Top Sneaker, which it's a destroyed high top sneaker. I don't know how you didn't know. I didn't pick up on that yet.
Well, I didn't think they would call it like what it was. You know,
it's not an episode of Arrow. So this shoe is designed by Maison Margiela from Italy. So you know it's the goods.
You know it's quality.
Yep.
Quality bullshit.
Super quality. So it's a white sneaker that has been partially shredded, or as they describe on the website,
stabbed with a knife.
Heavy distressing.
Oh, heavy distressing.
Mm-hmm. Heavy distressing. Do you want to try to guess the price of these sneakers?
$450.
You are under.
I'm under.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. Saying 450 because I just saw a thing about some guy who said that Michael Jordan can't charge $450 for sneakers because he's not as great as he was. I can't remember who. It's someone now, like some player now, who deserves to be punched in the neck. I would say $650.
That would be a bargain because these shoes are $1,425.
Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I think there's been some mistake.
Ooh, what seems to be the problem, ma'am?
I have these high tops I bought for my son.
They're very glorious shoes. They're works of art, really.
They are supposed to be futuristic, but they
very futuristic.
But they
you can't get these shoes anywhere else.
No, well, you can probably on the foot of a homeless person. These are just been destroyed.
Homeless people cannot possibly afford this chic couture that we offer here at Neiman Marcus.
But this is destroyed.
Yes, future destroyed.
What is that? What does that even mean?
It's Italian.
Look,
so you know it's good.
This isn't the picture that was in this isn't the picture that I saw. I saw a picture of a nice shoe, and
this is a great shoe.
No, this is.
Of course course you haven't seen this.
So I have a dog, okay? And it looks like the dog got a hold of this shoe.
I would hope the dog didn't get a hold of this shoe. It could destroy it.
I'll tell you, I'm feeling a lot of distress about this because I paid $1,400 for these shoes.
$1,425.
Was it $1,425?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Not to mention my sales commission on top of it for $300.
Well, that comes off the top of the sale, right? I'm not paying $1,725 for these shoes.
Of course not. You also got the warranty.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about because I'd like to replace them for shoes that are not distressed or destroyed.
I'm sorry, the warranty doesn't take in effect to people that own dogs. You said you have a dog. I don't know
I
if
didn't.
You said you had a dog.
I had a frog.
Okay, well, frogs are known to be worse than dogs when it comes to shoes.
But what I meant was that there's some fog.
And you probably couldn't see the shoes and drove over them.
So you admit that they were destroyed.
You said they were destroyed.
You said they were destroyed.
I haven't even seen them yet.
Here they are.
I'm a hologram.
God damn it. One of those hologram salesmen get you every time.
Goddamn Neiman Marcus holographic salesman.
Why does he need a commission as a hologram?
The batteries for the...
repairs. People beat the crap out of the projector. Any idiot that buys that, they can make a whole outfit out of it.
But it's got free shipping.
Oh, well then shit, that's a deal.
And free returns. Which I find it's pretty suspicious because it's like you get the shoes, take some pictures with them, and then return it an hour later. You're like,
take some pictures. Why would you want to Instagram that? Look at me in these shitty shoes. They cost me $1,425.
You know what's funny is these shoes remind me a lot of my favorite pair of shoes that I own that I cannot wear when it's raining out because there's so many holes in them.
Or there's those New Balance shoes?
Yeah. The shoes that I've had for, let's see. I think I got them in 2000, 2001 maybe.
I had a pair of Skechers boots that I had since 99. That just lasted, and then one day the toe opened up, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, well, these ones, everything's opened up on them.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, it looks like leather holding hands. Like they're like, no, we're keeping this family together.
It's been rubber cemented, taped, glued, all this shit for so many years. I'm probably gonna wear them until they just become shoelaces that are draped on top of my foot. And I go, guys, do you like my shoes?
This shoe has themed so much.
They have
what do you think, shoes?
Transcended.
What do you think, shoes? Kill me.
Oh, they can talk now. That's a new feature.
Well, they've been around so long, they've adapted and evolved.
They've learned.
They've learned. Kill me.
They're like a virus that can't be killed by hand sanitizer anymore.
I want to die.
So we're going to go into the description of this thing. So Maison Margiela deconstructs their future high-top sneaker with heavy distressing. Leather and textile upper, a round toe, lace up front with side lace guards, or, no lace guard because it's gone.
Right.
There's a logo patch on the tongue with a padded collar, a cushioned heel counter, rubber outside, and it's made in Italy. But would you like to hear about Maison Margiela?
Oh, sure.
Enigmatic Belgian designer Maison Margiela is a pioneer of avant-garde fashion, working with other deconstructionist designers during the 1980s to redefine luxury under radical new terms.
AKA a dumpster diver looking for shit that's been ripped to pieces by animals.
In conjunction with the influential Antwerp Six and pioneers like Comme des Garçons Ray Quacquebou, Margiela challenged the boundaries of convention, churning out extreme proportions, deconstructed designs, and conceptual pieces made from found objects like trash bags and seat belts.
Oh, yeah.
Though the famously reclusive Margiela is no longer with the label he sold in 2002, his distinctive vision is as relevant as ever, influencing a new generation of mainstream and directional designers alike. So basically, it's the trash line that Mugado came up with in Zoolander.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a real person they modeled that
My
after.
favorite is when they talk about things that are deconstructed, like I throw a bottle up against the wall. That shit's deconstructed now.
Yeah, it's a deconstructed Bud Light.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
$5,000.
Oh, it's artwork now.
Ugh.
I just think they can't get the fuck over these ridiculous things.
No.
What?
I brought you the rock and the leather patch.
No, that's a completely different company.
Oh, even worse.
Neiman Marcus
More of them.
they threw their
That was Von Mara, right? Or Nordstrom?
Nordstrom. I'd say they threw their hat in the ring, but I think they threw their deconstructed shoe in the ring.
Yeah, this is dumb.
It sounds like someone there was doing a pretty terrible job.
Right.
But not as terrible a job as a police officer in Lake County.
Oh, yeah.
You ever seen the movie Training Day?
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene where he's dealing with a gangbanger in the alley and he pulls both of his guns out and he was talking about blowing his dick off?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that a police officer reenacted that scene with his real gun and taser
Oh.
and got caught on the camera?
Ow. Stop doing dumb shit. Everyone's got a camera.
This guy...
Stop being shocked when you get caught on film doing dumb shit.
It was the dash cam on a police car.
You had a camera.
Yes.
That you just forgot. Oh, shit.
And he did it in front of a training officer.
He reenacted Training Day in front of a training officer.
Or in front of a trainee.
Oh, the train. Oh, so it was the whole.
Yes, it was everything.
God.
It was everything. It was all good. This was amazing. So, Deputy Dean Zipes, he was hired in December 2015, was fired on April 21st.
Oh, what do I?
So he was fired for this incident and other allegations that he twice pulled out his firearm in an office setting and once made a motion to draw his service weapon at a pizza delivery boy, joking he was alleged Orlando cop killer Markeith Lloyd.
Great.
This is...
Super stellar police officer work.
Yeah, so he's reenacting Training Day as well as trying to do desk pops. Somehow lost his job.
Wow. I don't know what's more of a shock. That he lost his job.
The taser would have been more of a shock.
Would be more of a shock.
Yeah, the bullets just more of an ouchie effect.
Yeah. Yikes. I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny watching the video because I was like, this dude is actually trying to do Training Day right now.
Right.
In front of an officer who's training.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's a fantastic movie. But the fact that he acted it out while acting it out.
Pretty hilarious.
Oh my God, it was so good. I saw that story and I was like, nuh-uh, this did not happen. But this video, and I saw it, and it's...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know. Why would you take your service weapon and taser out and reenact Training Day? Why would you try to scare possums away with fire?
Because they deserve it.
Yeah, yes, that is exactly why.
That happened.
Yeah.
They light a house on fire.
A man had a problem with bees and possums at his house. Decided to set a fire in his backyard to scare the possums away. Accidentally caused $50,000 in damages.
Yay! How much was an exterminator? A whole lot less.
Well, not a good one.
So you tried to, was there a beehive you tried to set on fire?
No, he decided to use some leaves from his backyard and a charcoal lighter fluid to start a fire. His intention was to use the smoke from the leaves to scare away the possums.
Right.
But the exterior of his house was made of wood, and when you bring fire around wood...
It burns.
It burns, yep. You got that one right.
I have two stories.
Oh.
One having to do with bees. We had...
Wait. What's the other story about? I want to see... I might pick one.
Other had to do with fire.
Okay, let's hear the bee story first.
Bee story involves myself and my dad.
But every time you say the word bee, you have to act out the entire movie, a bee movie.
I've never seen the bee movie. I know that Jerry Seinfeld is the bee, so I'd be like, what's the deal with honey?
No one made that joke before.
Buzz.
What's the business with
What's
Buzz?
the buzz? No.
So tell your bee story.
So we had in our old house, we had a hornet's nest out back by the pool.
That's not a bee.
Well, it's kind of a bee. And my dad was like, we're going to get rid of it tonight. We'll do it in the dark because the bees can't see.
It ends tonight.
Right. However, part of this story involves we took the pool light out and angled the light at the tree. He asked me to hold the light while he sprayed it.
Oh, so you could see.
So he could see what he was spraying. And so he killed it with like the toxin stuff. Well, where the hell do you think the bees went for?
Jimmy John's.
No. The light.
Oh, the light.
I got encompassed by a bunch of bees. One got me. Other than that, I dropped the light and I jumped into the pool. But I'm just.
Oh, you pulled a my girl.
Yeah. To this day, especially if I ever want anything.
I can't go by pool lights.
No, if I ever want anything, I will go to my dad and I will be like, "You made me hold the light," and he just felt so bad because I got stung. And
How old were you with this? Was this like you were 5?
No, I think it was 11 or 12.
Oh, you're practically an adult. Fuck you.
No, whatever. I was doing what my dad told me to do, and he said I'd be safe. That's what I kept from then on. From then on, I go, "You said I'd be safe, Dad. You said I'd be safe." It always feels terrible. But this freckle right here is where I got stung. My hand blew up like it looked like Stay Puft Marshmallow hand. Mm-hmm. And it was the worst. It was just the worst.
Sounds like it's the best.
It's not. I mean, like I said,
Like I wouldn't want it to happen to me, but it's funny if it happened to you.
yeah. Well, to this day, if I ever, I'm like, yeah, that'd be great if I could get that for my birthday. And he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like,
Like, I don't know if we can do it this year.
you made me hold the light, Dad. I trusted you.
Well, how about we get you this
I got
and a new bike?
that one, and then when because I always pass out when I get blood taken.
Yeah.
I just do. Don't know what happens sitting up on the thing. I get blood taken before my tonsils. And I got my tonsils taken out.
Is this still bee related?
No. But
So it's a third story?
This is the second story. We'll do the second one. And
This is the
my
fire
dad,
story?
I think my dad went to get me some water, and I fell off of the bed thing. I passed out and hit my head on the chair.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I'm like, you let me fall. No, the fire story happened today.
You left me when I was vulnerable.
Right. You let me fall. No, the fire story happened
You
today.
might as well have pushed me.
I came home to find my my grill. The grill cover was off. And I was like, "Why's the fucking grill cover off?" And my dad goes, "Oh, your sister and her boyfriend decided to make brat." And so I went upstairs and I looked at the kitchen. I'm like, "Those things are charred as fuck." Because the thing about this grill, it's got 2 vents on the side, so the coals get real hot because there's a constant cross breeze. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, most of the time, if you're grilling, you find the hot spot, and then you're like, the food will get done relatively quickly. Mm-hmm. The whole problem is the center of that area is nothing but hot spots, so you want to move it to the side so it doesn't burn. He doesn't know that.
Right.
So my dad goes, he's basically had to teach him how to start the coals. And so he's like, yeah, you wait till they get white and then you put them in. He goes, it's because, they're going to get hot real fast. He goes, you could put a couple of other ones on top, just to help fuel the fire once it gets going.
Yeah.
He takes that as to, let me dump a whole bunch of coal onto the already hot coals. The thing then flares up because it's like, I don't know if he did it from on top of the house. Yeah, I don't know what
Kobe.
Right. Essentially, he's pouring it in. The fire then flares up and catches the charcoal bag on fire.
Oh no.
And he's got it trying to figure out what to do with it.
Like waving it around in his hand.
Yeah. And then he finally drops it and then stops it out. Meanwhile, my dad's just like, wait. I go, and you did not take out your phone and videotape this? Because that's just borderline. That's just stupid. That's just stupid.
That's like someone pouring with a gas can on a fire, and then the fire gets on the gas can, and they're like, "Oh, I should probably shake this," and panic. Ah! Oh my God! Fire spreading everywhere.
Walk it off.
I think it's roll it off, actually.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the exterior of his house caught a little bit on fire. The fire was ruled accidental. I don't know how. I mean, he started it. Damage to the house
Trying
was...
to scare something away.
Who'd
It's an accident.
you scare? You're only person you scared away are potential home buyers. Because the house has been condemned. He cannot live there anymore. So the possums won.
The possums won.
Won.
They always win.
Oh man. That guy's super smart.
Hilarious.
Speaking of hilarious, do you remember your favorite story that we've covered so far?
Oh, the drugs? Is this the...
In Tecumseh, Oklahoma, a local police department is offering to test your meth for gluten.
Yes!
They put out a Facebook post, public service announcement. The Tecumseh Police Department is offering free testing for gluten-laced meth. Please bring your meth to Tecumseh Police Department for your free test. Unfortunately, no one has fallen victim to it.
Hey, Cletus.
What you want, Chauncey?
I just came back from the doctor.
The doctor? Well,
right.
Look at you, got some spending money.
That's right. I just went to the doctor because I use the insurance.
Oh, you got that dang insurance?
Yeah, I got the Medicaid. I got the medical.
You got you got that medical. Then what you doing with that medical?
They told me that I am allergic to gluten.
What?
I don't even know what gluten is. I said I've never had glue.
But we don't even have gluten in our house. I don't know what that is.
I used to say I ate glue when I was younger, but I didn't know that was a problem.
Yeah, but you don't eat it. It doesn't come in a tin. I don't know how you can get a gluten in you.
It turns out it's stuff that's up in your bread.
You putting glutens in your bread?
I didn't put glutens in there. They just showed up. I didn't put them in there. They just showed up. I didn't know what to tell you.
Boy, I tell you, if you got some glutens in your bread, you're getting the wrong kind of bread. You getting the white bread?
I am getting the white bread, and the white bread has the most gluten.
I ain't never seen no glutens in my life in my white bread.
Because they don't put it on the label. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you nothing.
I feel like you should be able to see if there's a tin of glue in there.
No, it's not tin of glue. It's gluten.
Yeah, it's a gluten.
Sure. At any rate, I'm worried. Is there gluten in our meth? If it's in the white bread, it could go into the meth.
Well, shit, I don't know. I never even tried to see if we could put some kind of glue in our meth.
No, we don't want to put it in. We just want to make sure that because if there is, I'm allergic to it. I can't do meth.
Well, shit, if you can't do meth, then you're going to learn about the world around you and realize it's kind of sad.
That's right. So I want to still do meth.
Well, what are you supposed to do then?
I think we should. The police officers.
Wait.
They said that they're bringing in to check out if there's gluten in the meth.
So the police said, if we bring our glutens, if we bring our meth, they could take all the glutens out?
That's what they said on the friend space.
I thought you were off of the friend space.
I'm on the friend space because I got poked by Shania the other day, and she told me to go and be poked, and we were friends.
I didn't even know she was out of jail yet.
She is. She's out of jail, and she went right out of friend space.
Well, shit. So let's see. We go down to the police station, bring our meth, and get all the glutens out of it, and we go hit her up and say, "Hey, girl, hey,
we got some gluten free meth.
Glutens free meth.
No tins, no glue.
Mm-hmm.
Just meth.
Clean white bread meth."
That's the sequel to Breaking Bad. Is that Blue Magic? No, it's clean white bread.
It's clean white bread. It's kind of tasteless, shapeless, odorless, just kind of there.
Meth.
But you could put bologna on it.
A little bit of mayo. Just meth.
Speaking of a little bit of mayo.
What?
I don't want to go too crazy into this, but it's just the headline. Ukraine bans Steven Seagal as threat to national security.
Damn right.
And I'm not going to elaborate on it.
He's super mysterious.
Is it because he's always wearing glasses?
No, like...
Is it mysterious or is he weird?
I think it's both. Because he's always... Like, he claimed to be... Like, he claims to be a former, like CIA operative. But the biggest thing about him is where he learned his martial arts from. He learned his martial arts from a group of people who don't teach outsiders, let alone teach definitely white guys with ponytails. And then he made March for Death, and he just came out of nowhere. Like, he's super mysterious, dude.
Well, he was given honorary citizenship to Russia, so Ukraine banned him for 5 years.
Yeah, right.
As a threat of national security. But yeah, Steven Seagal is a weird fucking dude. Like, I remember, what was on the other day? On Deadly Ground. I was watching, I'm like, man.
Is that the one where he was with the Eskimos?
Yeah, the oil. It's like taking down the oil rigs.
Yeah.
It's Steven Seagal movies. Those were some prime entertainment. Don't really want to dive into it anymore.
No. Well, anyway.
Kind of makes you want to just blow up the world.
No.
Oh, wait. Before we get into this.
Pozole.
So you had your birthday barbecue on Sunday. You had a bunch of friends there.
Uh-huh.
And you had a little bit of family there.
Yeah.
One of which was your sister.
Uh-huh.
Who sure tried sharing fun stories about you.
Ugh.
She gave me one thing I have to ask you about.
What?
And Vox already heard it, and he'd be upset if I didn't bring it up. Can you tell me about lilac salad?
Fuck her. It's not lilac salad, first of all.
That's all
Is that what she called it?
Yes.
This comes down to the fact that
She tricked a child.
in my youth,
in my youth.
I trusted. I trusted my dad not to, throw an entire hive of hornets at me.
Mm-hmm. Mistake number one.
Mistake number one. Yeah, there was a lilac tree, and she convinced me at, the age of 4.
So you were already learning and didn't know better.
At the age of 4, that those were the trees from Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, and I would eat lilac leaves. And then one day I walked by, my dad and I walked by, or my sister, my mom and I walked by, I don't know, and I grabbed a leaf. So God knows how much I had ingested already. Because we walked past it all the time.
We took that route so I could get some of it.
I told that whoever had asked me about it and said, "Why are you eating that?" And I said, "Because they're the leaves from Willy Wonka and they're like candy or whatever." And they were like, "Absolutely not! Stop eating lilac leaves." Because my sister is a pain in the ass, and I trusted her, which I can guarantee you right now is one of the reasons why our relationship is the way it is today.
Yeah, she was super happy to bring that up. She's like, she's like, that's the one thing I had on him. The one time I ever got him.
Yeah, when I was 4. After that,
boom,
never again.
Boom, roasted.
When I became 5, I instantly became smarter than she is now.
Like you got an honorary pair of glasses and started just sitting there.
Never again.
Crossing your legs and intertwining your fingers going,
Yeah.
An enemy has appeared.
Never again.
I foiled your plans for the future.
So great story.
Hey, man. Just so happened that she decided to bring that tidbit up.
Oh, I couldn't imagine why. Because she loves an audience.
So, it makes you want to blow up the world, doesn't it?
Definitely. Well, at least one person.
No, but don't do that yet.
Okay.
Don't. Just stop. Don't do it. Don't. Just don't. Just don't.
Why?
Just don't. What are you doing? Stop it.
Why?
I've stopped you. Good.
Okay.
So Seattle has a bit of a homeless problem.
Uh-huh.
And Amazon is expanding. So they decided to combine forces.
Homicide. MLS.
You can get a homeless person delivered in 2 days or less.
Dude, that Prime, I tell you, sends anything.
We'll get into that in a second. But Amazon announced that they have a new building going in that's going to be it's a high-tech office space as well as a homeless shelter with space for up to 65 families.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's 47,000
cool.
square feet of space, and about half of the new 6-story building is going to a shelter called Mary's Place, which operates several family shelters. Where is it? Oh yeah, so they have it's going to be a permanent shelter space with room for about 200 homeless women, children, and families. And like Seattle is one of the places where they have a huge problem with tent cities being sprung
Right.
up. King County and Seattle had the third largest population of homeless people last year. A report from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development counted almost 11,000 homeless people in Seattle and King County in 2016. And Washington State had the second highest total increase of homeless people between 2015 and 2016. So they have they even had Seattle's leaders declared as homelessness state of emergency in 2015.
Right.
Like, it's a huge problem for them.
There's places that are like, don't give, it's illegal to give homeless people money.
I have trust issues with giving random people money on the streets. But
yeah, I know.
I will say there's this one guy that works the exit ramp, 355, at the street that we get off on. And he's the only person I thought, like, maybe I should buy like a sandwich and water and just, drop it off. I was like, I don't feel like giving money,
Right.
but if you give them food and water, you can give anyone food and water, even if they're not a homeless, starving person. You're like,
Right.
here's a sandwich. You're like, oh,
Thanks.
I don't have to do anything now. So I'd probably give him something just because he's there quite often, and it's always with the same possessions. Like, he's got the same beat up, tattered bags.
Right.
It's like, okay, that's clearly him. But then every now and then there's like a guy I see there once, like every 3 weeks. He's got pretty good shoes on, pretty good pants on, and just looks like he didn't shave for 2 days. And it's like, hey, y'all, can I have some money too? Like, I'm like,
Like I said, I did a character study on a guy that used to make money outside of my apartment. And one night when rush hour was over, he got up, because he had a dog. He got up and he walked around the corner, so I'm like, I wonder where he goes. And so I kind of like kept my distance. I followed him around the corner. He got into a really nice car and drove away.
So Amazon doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to being philanthropic. There it is. Generous. But with extra
Really?
P's. Yeah, in Seattle, because they have Amazon has been criticized for trailing the city's other major companies. In 2012, the Seattle Times did some math on it, and United Way of on corporate giving to the United Way of King County, Microsoft made a corporate donation of $4 million. Boeing gave $3.1 million. Nordstrom nearly $320,000. Amazon gave nothing.
No.
So then
To the United Way, but that doesn't...
I mean, that's... I don't know. I guess that's like one of the big things that helps in the area. So it's like if you have one major...
Think of something else. I mean, if something else that doesn't have tracking number, you never know.
Right, but
now they're building...
The fact is they haven't been too helpful in the past, but they're trying to...
I was going to say, then again, a move like this means that they saw a PR problem.
You know, it may be a PR problem, but if it gets...
Right, no, it's a solution
if it gets
for a
a
problem.
couple hundred people off it's a permanent fixture. This is not like we're building a shack for people to hang out in 6 months. Like, this building's going up, and half of it's being dedicated to a shelter. Like, we're gonna...
They should find out who can do what and give them jobs.
Exactly. Like, I think it'd be a great opportunity to get even if it's, seasonal help, that way, because I don't think people can have permanent residence in a shelter. I don't know how it's going to work, but from what I've heard with other shelters, it's everyone clears out at the beginning of the day, and then people can line up to get a cot for the next night. I don't know how things work elsewhere, or I don't know if this is like a you can live here for a few months kind of shelter thing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I remember hearing about a thing where you leave for the day, then you come back and you have to be back by a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted a place.
But yeah, like big companies, they really should be stepping up and helping out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, as far as Amazon Prime, so I ordered stuff to get delivered on Sunday, the day of your party. It got shipped USPS. So already I'm like, oh fuck. I hate if it's FedEx or UPS, they'll drop it at my door and just like, here, take it. Because on the box it says carrier, leave if no reply.
Right.
Which I think they take it as, hey, if no one's here, just leave, man. Just take this package and leave. It's like, no, just fucking leave the package. Right. I had to deal with this shit in during Christmas too. So they left a note in my mailbox, so I know they didn't go up to the third floor because they have to go down to the first floor is like 6 stairs down.
Stuff, could you have it delivered to like your work?
Oh, I wouldn't have it delivered to work. No.
I used to have stuff delivered to the shrine because I knew I'd be there. Yeah,
you would. Yeah, you'd be there. You had a key to building and everything. But like this is like, if it shows up on a day that I'm not there, right. Someone's gonna fuck with it. So yeah, they left a little note in there saying, "Okay, sorry, missed you. You can reschedule or it'll be available for pickup." So I that night I put in, okay, reschedule it for Tuesday. So Tuesday I knew I was sitting at home all day. Never shows up. So I go in there today. I'm like, I got my slip. Can I get my package? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Here you go. Like, okay, what happened to the rescheduled delivery I have? Because I see it's written on the box here. You're gonna try again to deliver it tomorrow, but I requested it 2 days ago. Oh, and sometimes it takes a few days for it to go through the system. Like then why have what? Well, no. Like, why have the system say, right. Oh, you can get this delivered in a day and a half?
Yeah. Dumb.
Why don't you say you have to schedule this at least 3 days out?
Because they're dumb.
Because USPS sucks. Yeah. And if you work for them, you suck by proxy.
Anyway.
And your family sucks.
That's going to do it for this week. We're going to find us online.
You can find us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42.
That's me.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire DVM, but you can fuck right off. You regard Darton.
Oh, that's a little silent to the labs. Sure, like a big fat person.
Would you fuck a dart in the neck? I'd fuck the dart in the neck. You can follow the entire DVMPE at the DVMPE. You can find this podcast on Facebook by searching for Stupids Talking Stupid.
And you can find all the other stuff we do on DVMPE.com. Check out the store. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can buy, merchandise. And if you don't want to have to like download iTunes and stuff like that, don't worry. You don't have to anymore. You can just go to DVMPE.com and click Stupid Talking Stupid and listen to us from there.
Straight from the website. It's fantastic. We did it.
We did it.
Whoa.
That's going to do it for this week. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.